Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be reviewing and recapping Met Gala looks. This year's Met Gala was incredible. As some of you know, I was a personal stylist for 8 years, and so fashion is sort of like my playground, and I'm really excited to dive into some of these looks and break some of them down for you. I'll let you guys know my favorite outfits and give you some commentary on why I think, that outfit was nice or stand out. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it. This year's theme, as you guys know, was SUPERFINE Tailoring Black Style, which was a nod to Black dandyism. To quickly recap, I noticed that a lot of stars, when they were talking about it on the red carpet, they only focused on the tailoring aspects. They kept saying tailoring for you. It seems like they intentionally completely ignored the nod to Black style. So let us review. This is from the Met website. So SUPERFINE Black Tailoring Style explores the importance of style to the formation of Black identities in the Atlantic diaspora, particularly in the United States and Europe. The representation of garments and accessories, paintings, photographs, decorative arts, and more from the 18th century to today. The exhibition interprets the concept of dandyism both as an aesthetic and a strategy that allowed for new social and political possibilities. That is just to give you guys an overview. This Met Gala was really celebrating the impact of Black contribution to the fashion industry, to style, and the evolution of style over the decades in the United States. So it was so beautiful. People showed up and showed out. And I think that even though people didn't really say this theme was about paying a nod to Black style and Black dandyism, we saw it in their outfits, and I like that the theme focus was well executed. Lots of celebrities wore really detailed and wonderfully thought of outfits. The stars showed out, so let's take a look and see what they came up with. My best look of the night was by far Teyana Taylor. Teyana just wowed us, and her outfit was designed by Ruth E. Carter. Everything was just amazing from head to toe. There were so many details that I believe if you look closer over the next few months, we're still going to be talking about it. We're still going to find something new and still tease apart that outfit because it was just wonderfully executed. It was incredible. Everything from her hat, she had details like fur in her hat and the structured shoulder of her overcoat. What I like about that shoulder is that it wasn't straight. It sort of like slanted on its side. I really like that detail. I love her cane. I love the waist chain that she had. The neck accessory and neck detail was just flawless, beautiful. Even the chains on the breast pocket area and the flowers, like the really huge flower. Everything was just beautifully executed, and right now I'm seeing something like engraved on her train. Something else I love about her train, if you look closely, it was pleated in the back. The train was pleated, and it was an east-west train as opposed to like a north-south longer train. So her outfit was flawless. I love the pants. When you think of pants, you think of, wide leg pants or like bell-bottom pants that characterize, I believe, the 70s. But her pants sort of like went that way and tapered at the ankle and like stacked on the ankle. It was just beautiful. I love that her socks looks like it was playful. I think that's her socks, or maybe it's just the entire shoe. And her shoes were like really thick platform red heels. So Teyana slayed this look from head to toe. Another thing I really love is that all the colors like pulled nicely together. Her top hat was burgundy. Oh, and she had a do-rag. Like, come on, just talk about details. She nailed it. When she was on the red carpet, she talked about how her and her stylist, when they were done getting ready, like she decided to put a do-rag over her hair. So then to sort of show some hair, they did the baby hairs thing like down the sides of her face, and I thought that was beautiful. It just looked amazing and well thought out. I love how her hats were sort of like tipped closer to her forehead, and then the feathers were like brimming towards the back. Beautiful look. Perfectly finished with that cane. I mean, when you talk about Black dandyism, you know those Black men that just stunned in their outfits. They had to have that cane so that they could like wave at the kids, like the kids that were just being naughty in the neighborhood. I'm just kidding, but Teyana's look was my favorite by far. 10 over 10. Obsessed. The next outfit that I really loved on that red carpet was the one and only Diana Ross. Guys, Diana Ross brought everything to this red carpet, and especially because she hadn't been to the Met in over 20 years, I believe 20 or 22 years. So she came back with a bang. An amazing detail that I like on her dress is that the train, she said it has the names of all her children and grandchildren embroidered, and I thought that was just so beautiful. And I think the favorite part of her look for me, you know, after the train, because that train was just beautiful, dramatic. I think over 8 people helped her hold it as she was walking in. I actually watched the red carpet. I was really tired that night, but I kept on, you know, like fall asleep and like wake up, and I just noticed so many people helped her hold the train. It was flawless, it was beautiful. My next favorite detail is her hat, guys. Like, how they executed this design, it was to perfection, right? Because her train already features feathers and it's like extravagant and it's over the top, so why not bring it into her hat? So I love that the feathers like fluffed and covered her face. The photographers kept on asking her, Diana, we need to see your face, we need to see your face. So in a way, obviously, that must have been not easy for them to get pictures of her, but I love that it covered her face. I think it did what it needed to do. Her hair looked beautiful, you know, just like out and big. And then her dress, I believe, was silver, beautiful, like a corset dress. So I love the bodies. It was nice. It was flattering on her. She looked amazing. This look was a 10 over 10. My third favorite look of the night was Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe was just the icing on the cake that is perfection. She brings it every time. I love how we've known over the years that, you know, she has her signature contrast black and white style. And I love that her outfit was just, you know, black, white, and red. Her jacket, if you look at it closely, there's like this part really wowed me. There's a place for a bag. You know, when you're standing and you pose and you hold a bag, they literally put a bag in the design of her jacket at that spot. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the details were really nice, the lines. And then her hat, I thought her hat was perfect. It had like a little curve up and with space for like this eye thing that she did. I thought like that was just really amazing. I really liked her look. I thought she looked phenomenal. And even when she took off the jacket, the look underneath was beautiful. I love that it was a long skirt suit. I thought that just looked beautiful. And this is at the back of the skirt. She just looked amazing. And Janelle Monáe being my third favorite basically represents the category, right? Because there are people that show up on the red carpet with something, you know, one thing, and then they change or like they take off the first layer and then you see another outfit. So I like that she kind of represents that category and she did it flawlessly. It was so beautiful. Next outfit that I love is Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana's look was just so beautiful for me because of the contrast white buttons. I think if the buttons on the top part was a dark color, I think it's navy. If it was navy, I don't think her look would have been that striking. But because they made the buttons in a contrast, she looked phenomenal. I love the waist, like the exaggerated and structured waist that she had, and I love how they actually left the buttons open almost like high to her thigh. I thought that made the look really just like refreshing, and I like seeing her legs peeking out, or like her shoes. She obviously has like platform Oxford shoes, and I noticed that a couple of celebrities had Oxford heels on, and that was just an amazing nod to Black Dandyism again, because you know Oxford shoes are just really smart, so seeing it in the heels form and like platform just elevated her look. So this look for me was a solid like 9. I love the train. The train was just enough. Her look was incredible. And I love the basque waist, the nod to the basque waist trend. But then they took it a step higher by making it structured. So this look for me was incredible. My next favorite look was Zendaya. Zendaya is obviously a celebrity that everyone looks forward to seeing what she wears. Her and her stylist Loong, they always do a phenomenal job every time. And I think Zendaya looked amazing. I know to a lot of us, like we've seen her in more, you know, sort of like out there outfits, but you need to know that Loong is so intentional. And this look was nothing but a nod to her bridal era. I think I heard her interview, I think I did, or I read something about it being a nod to one of Diana Ross's looks from many years ago. I can't remember, but it was also very intentional because Zendaya just got engaged this year. You guys, you know, women, like, we get so excited when we're in that bridal era. So I believe that this was intentionally one of her looks to sort of usher her into that bridal era and just begin to celebrate leading up to all her events that she's going to be having to celebrate her wedding. But her look, it was beautiful. I love the pants. Guys, those pants were everything. She looked amazing. It looked tailored to perfectly fit her, like just her. The legs were stunning. She looked incredible. The floppy hat was gorgeous. And the three-piece suit, like when she opened up her buttons, I was like, yes, we needed to see that vest underneath. It was so lovely. She looked elegant. And as always, Zendaya knows how to like strut and walk the red carpet. So this look for me was a 10 over 10, although it was a little, more simple than what would normally see Zendaya in, but it was tailored to perfection and she looked incredible. Another celebrity that did it for me was Nicki Minaj. Guys, Nicki did not come to play. I absolutely love her look, especially that it was stripes, but I like that it was a play on stripes. The top had, bigger stripes and navy. I thought the navy was just so beautiful. I think something different even, but I like that the top had like bigger stripes and the bottom had like smaller stripes. I like the fishtail detail, on her skirt. I love the hair accessories that she put in there. Taking her hair up really accentuated her face. It brought out her face. We're able to see the beauty and her glam. Her glam was stunning. Absolutely phenomenal, 10 over 10. Nicki's glam was beautiful. You already know that Nicki is a beautiful woman, and of course she had to show us her nails. I love that the nails were also in that navy blue color family. She looked incredible. I love all the flowers and all the details that were, on her shoulder, and I like that it sort of like trailed down. I thought that was phenomenal. Nicki's look really looked good. She ate completely, 10 over 10. Another thing is I like how her top wasn't just like a top or just a bustier. You can actually see pockets that make it like nod to a blazer. So there's like a nod to a jacket blazer, sort of like structured, tailored, but it's also playful in that, on one side it's like off shoulder, slightly off shoulder, and you can see like a white bustier underneath. I just think Nicki's look was phenomenal. It was flawless. All her details were, perfectly executed. So that is a solid 10 for me. The next look that I love this look so much because it was creatively executed. Taraji P. Henson. Guys, I didn't see, so like I told you, I watched it, but then I think I fell asleep after some point and I just got really tired. But then I saw Taraji's look, just like online on social media, and I was like, oh my goodness. At first I freaked out because it was when she was coming out of the hotel. So I was like, wait, why wasn't Taraji on the red carpet? And then I found pictures eventually. So Taraji's look was a 10 over 10. I did a little bit of digging, and her outfit actually obviously came with pants, because I know people have been having comments. Her outfit came with pants, and she made a last minute decision to tell her stylist, let's lose the pants. And guys, that made this look everything. It was so beautiful. I love that the bodice was obviously a corset. We love corset detail, but then it has this curve in front. It's a beautiful curve detail in front. She has a crop jacket on, but also there's like a little I don't even know what it is, but a layer beneath like the crop jacket. You see, something else that's also cropped. I love the jewel she has around the neck area, and I love her tailcoat. I love it. The back was phenomenal. I like how it almost seems like it was one coat and then they like sliced it halfway around the crop mark and allowed everything to fall. It was just beautiful. When you zoom into the details, the end of her crop jacket is actually like frayed, so it's not perfectly hemmed or anything, and I think that just adds another layer of detail. Her sleeves are actually like 3 layers. Guys, Taraji's look is everything. Beautiful structured look. I think her look paired really nicely with that hat that, most times she was holding it on the side, and her stick. Black dandyism again. Those men did not play with their walking sticks. So her finishing off this look and making it so bold by not wearing pants, finishing it off with the stick, it was amazing. She looked incredible. The video I saw of her walking out of the hotel, like the way she strutted her stuff, it was just, I was like, yes, this is it. This woman knows that she's it. So this look was just beautiful. I think for me, that corset area, how typically when you wear a corset top, after the waist it ends, but they continued that corset detail to where, that top ended and it was a curve. This look is a 10 over 10 for me. She looks amazing. And of course, she had to show off her grills. I loved all her earring cuff details. And I believe her hair was like blonde and in curls to sort of like match the color of the outfit. So Taraji looked phenomenal. Another look that I loved so much on the red carpet was Coco Jones. Coco Jones' outfit, I was just like, wait, why didn't I see her earlier on the red carpet? I really wish she came earlier. I think her outfit would have had so much more buzz than did. I think her outfit actually deserves more hype. I don't know if people have seen it, but Coco Jones absolutely slayed. I love the white leg pants and, you know, the embellishments all over. The necklace was just perfect for her look, obviously because it's a deep V. So starting with the choker detail and then layering on like an even more dramatic necklace with a huge pendant, I thought was just right for the look. Her hair was nice. I love the long breakdown and bun look, you know, just very sleek. And her jacket ending with in a train was just something I didn't see coming, but it was so beautiful. I love it. She looked incredible. She looked amazing. I love all the details and embellishments on her look. Actually, like, this for me is almost like a perfect bridal look, but I just love the energy and the confidence that she brought to the red carpet in this look. The next outfit that I really like is Kerry Washington. Kerry brought it. I like that her outfit was almost like a play on modern day looks where we're wearing like lace sheer skirts with a blazer, but her blazer or her jacket was just like next level. So normally you'd see the neck of a jacket, right? The neck of a jacket is, you know, just like that, right? The lapel, but then her lapel ends in sort of, it doesn't end. The lapels on the left and right side are joined together and sort of like flipped, almost like turned. I can't even describe it, but I just think it was a beautiful execution. I love that it was a deep neckline. I'm overheating. But yeah, I love the way her jacket was sort of structured. I like how the lapels were joined together. I haven't seen that being done before. I love her gloves. I thought her gloves were really pretty. There were some, you know, embroidered details across. And her skirt was just beautiful and, you know, just nice A-line. What I see in her outfit is that there was flow. I love her hat. Her hat was just so beautiful, tipped to the side, beautiful shape and structure. And I think her hair being put on one side, like the bubble bows, it was beautiful. I thought that really completed the look. Honestly, I think that's even what made the look stand out because it was sort of like a white and cream look, but then that hair just being on one side gave it that contrast, and the hat was perfectly tipped, you know, to the right side. So Kerry's look was beautiful. She looked incredible, and her back detail, guys, when she turned around and I saw that chain down her back, I was like, oh my goodness, because the back of her jacket, you know, had like an open cutout, so seeing a little chain detail there was beautiful. I think her look was just incredible. She looked amazing and her glam was spot on. Everything about her glam was just phenomenal. So Kerry's look, solid 9 for me. Next outfit that I love, let's go to the guys. This man looked incredible and we know him, Kabi Lame. Kabi's outfit, I was just like, wow, this is black dandyism, because in his, so he wore a 3-piece suit, lovely gray pinstriped, but what really stood out for me was that on the waistcoat he had lots of, I believe those are like pockets, clocks, I don't know what the correct name is, but like just like little clocks all over the waistcoat detail. I thought that was just like phenomenal. It was refreshing, it was nice. And I see now that he had a white tie. I didn't even notice that he had a tie on before, but I like the white tie because it keeps the focus on the details of the waistcoat. And I really like how he had a like sort of like a trench coat, I believe, draped just on one shoulder. That was just amazing. That's a standout look. That's how to make a statement. Because, you know, with men's fashion, sometimes it seems like there's not much to do, but something as simple as just draping a trench coat over one shoulder just sealed this look for me. It made it so beautiful, so phenomenal. And I like that, you know, the trench coat sort of like dragged a bit on the floor to make it like a mini train. He looked amazing. And I see here that he had Oxfords on. Kabi looked phenomenal. His hat, everything was just right and perfect, and a little chain. Amazing outfit. The next outfit that I love is Joey King. Joey's suit just left me in awe. I was just like, wait, what are those? Are those mirrors? Like mirrors just hanging down like in different spots? I thought that was so genius. I thought that was just so incredible. I love her pants. Again, her pants were just tailored to fit, obviously, but her pants were just beautiful. Just the right amount of white leg. I think what makes me love Joey's look like even more, yes, I love the mirrors and everything and the details and the green color, just beautiful, blew it out of the park. But what makes me really like Joey's look is the risks that they took, like multiple risks that they took. Because with a look like this, you can easily go with a simple white shirt. You can play it safe with something in the green family. But they went with the black and white checkered shirts. And then they didn't stop there. They used a neck scarf that had colors that were not even part of anything. No green, no blacks or whites. And you know, that just added more color and more flair to her outfit. And now I'm seeing something like all the way high on her neck that, you know, has like light yellows and I believe grays. They took it to the max in terms of the risk that they took with this outfit. And I think it came so well. It came beautifully together and her entire look was amazing. I also love her eye makeup because with an outfit like this and all the details that I've just mentioned, it's easy to be like, you know what, let's just do a nice smoky eye, or let's just do a single like metallic look. But her eyes are warm, you know, I'm seeing gold, I'm seeing like rust colored and maybe like a hint of red. But I think they really, that's like maximalism, and that's really black dandyism where they didn't spare any detail, you know, down to her makeup. So I really love Joey's outfit. Another outfit I really liked was Serena Williams. Serena brought her A game to this red carpet. I think when I saw her on the red carpet, they had zoomed in on her face, so her hair and her makeup, and I was just like, oh my goodness, Serena 8. 10 over 10. Her glam, if you guys look at her hair, she did like the old school sort of waves, you know, that black women used to do, like really short hair, really beautiful waves, very stunning eye makeup, like a nice smoky look. She looked really amazing, and I like the color of her dress and her train. I think her train was more like satin. I think her dress was also satin, but you know, there were lots of details. I liked the off shoulder. I thought it really flattered her nicely. She just looked really nice. She looked really just like in her elements, and that was just like a really nice look for her. So I think Serena's red carpet look, and also I love the color of her hair. The color was just beautiful. The satin fabric and just everything just draped nicely on her body, and I think Serena just looked amazing. Oh, how could I forget Lupita Nyong'o? Lupita's look, for you know, a lot of you that may not be aware, Lupita's look was a nod to the Congolese men who are literally black dandies. Congolese men don't play. For those of you that don't know, you can check it up. Congolese men's fashion is so on point, so her look was a direct nod to them. She looked incredible. I love the one color palette, you know, that monochrome look. I like that her train was just enough, not dragging or anything. So I like her look. I love the color. It's just like fresh, and for me it was reminiscent of spring, that nice pastel green or mint green look. And her hat was actually one of the smallest of the night, but I think it was perfect for the look, just like a nice little structured hat on top. One thing I love about Lupita's look, if you look closely, I think when they were interviewing her, I saw that her eyebrows actually had glitter on them, so I thought that was just like a really nice addition to her look. So Lupita's look for me was a 10 over 10. Now let's talk about Cardi B's outfit. I think Cardi B's outfit was great. I think just for me, I'm very picky when it comes to like fabrics and textures, and I think her outfit is velvet if I'm not mistaken. So for me, that's just like, it's giving moss. Like it looks like moss, and I know maybe that's what they were going for. I love her makeup. I think her makeup, just keeping the eyes, like her eyeshadow green was beautiful, and the big hair, I really like it. I like the sort of shirts or bodysuit that she had underneath that was also a lighter color. I think just for me, because I don't like velvet, I don't like suede, I don't like there's this other fabric, corduroy. So you see where I'm coming from, right? So for me, it's just a texture bias for me that I have. One thing I love about her outfit is the waist. So you know when men wear tuxedos and they have that like black or white, like big sort of like a sash on their waist, I love that with Cardi's look, they made it a solid green and a darker green, like a forest green color. So I think that tied her look really well together. And honestly, for me, that eye makeup was just like the icing on the cake that pulled everything together. Let's go over to the men. Someone that really brought it to the red carpet. He brought his A game, Damson Idris. Guys, Damson's outfit. I saw Damson on the red carpet. I was like, oh, we're going to space. I thought that was just like a nice, fun play. We've been hearing lots of things about space travel lately, so I think it was very on time with the times. He was very on with the times. And when they took off his sort of like space suit, or was that like a nod to Formula One? I don't know. But when they took off his suit, what he had underneath, I really liked the outfit. I liked that his blazer or his jacket wasn't just like one color burgundy. On one side, it's like big check prints with gold and hints of like a darker burgundy. I love his breast pocket chain and his pants. He had like the flare pants. Reminded me of Zendaya's pants. So like I told you guys, that's what men wore back in the days. I really like the pants that he paired with this outfit. His hair was nice. He just looked nice, crisp and sharp. So Damson's look was great. Another outfit I like was obviously Rihanna's look. Riri just knows how to work the red carpet. She knows how to just execute style style. Whether she's pregnant or not, Rihanna just brought it to the red carpet. I love the corset detail on her outfit. I love the knot on the sort of like a jacket tied behind her, and if you look closely, like right beneath her bump, that part looks like the lapel of a jacket, and then the waist that looks like a skirt isn't really like a skirt. It's just like the rest of a, like when you wear a blazer, just like the rest of the blazer. So I love the attention to detail there, and the jacket was tied in the back. I thought she just looked lovely. Her hat was nice and just big. I think one thing I liked about her hat was when you see a hat, it's either structured but has had like layers, and yeah, she looked really amazing. Her makeup was glowy. I liked the burgundy like necktie thing, and she had Oxford shoes on. I think hers were mules. So just really amazing outfit overall. I love the color. I love the grey bodies. That was a corset. You know, like a corset on a pregnant woman, you wouldn't really think of that. And I thought this was just like the perfect reveal. So Rihanna's look was amazing. Next outfit is Ciara. Ciara really looked good on this red carpet. My favorite thing about her dress is the neck. I like that it was a high neck dress. And I love the beading all through the dress. I like that Ciara's look, the beaded details were so closely put together. I love that her outfit just gave enough. It wasn't a lot. It was beautifully executed. It was still very pretty and classy. I actually really like how the beads cascade in a curved, you know, just like lots of curves in front. I thought that was nice. Her outfit was by Laquan Smith. Love her hair. I think her hair just paired beautifully with this dress. So Ciara looked amazing. And Russell's, her husband's suit, people were like, oh, it was just a basic plain suit. No, if you look closely at the details, not the coats that he wore, but like his actual jackets, is detailed. It's black, but it has so many details, almost like a jacquard print. I don't think that's what it is, but his jacket was really stunning. Just look closely. So both Ciara and Ross together, they looked amazing. Another outfit I really liked is Cara Young. I've never seen her before, but I really love her outfit because her jacket had a puff sleeve, sort of like structured look, but then it was short sleeve. I thought that was really unique. I haven't seen anything like that before. She just looked really unique and amazing. And I also love the color that it was in brown. Another outfit I really liked was Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg's outfit was almost a play on Zoe Saldana's look. Like if you see their outfits side by side, you just be like, wow. Whoopi's look, the waist was cinched in, but she had this like, I believe like a top hat going on. Whoopi looked great. I love the contrast. I love her look was just like nice and well put together, and her little bag on the side. So Whoopi's outfit was really nice. Another look I liked was Jenna Ortega. Jenna's look was made of metal rulers, and it reminded me of this Nigerian designer that did a collection many years ago. The collection was focused on tape, so like a play on measuring tape that tailors use. So yellow, like rulers. Once I saw Jenna's look, it reminded me of that. I love that they were bold enough to use metal rulers. I don't know how they did it because obviously she had to move, and I saw her like hopping a little bit on the steps. It was so cute, but I love every detail. I love the deep V-neck, that it was a tube style, you know, the waistband sort of, you know, to cinch in her waist. I think her look was just really nice, well executed, and just really, really out there. That's like next level thinking. Now, Sabrina Carpenter. Something about Sabrina's look that I was just like, this looks so much like her performance outfits. So that was just like my thoughts on her look. Obviously, it was a lovely, nice color. I think it was Pharrell, Louis Vuitton. So yeah, speaking of Louis Vuitton, Doechii brought it. I loved Doechie's outfit. I love that she wore shorts, you know, black dandyism. Those men, they dressed all the way to the nines, and you'd mostly think of pants as we've been seeing, but I love that Doechie's look was, you know, bolder, and they took risk by putting her in a pair of shorts. I like that the shorts were actually checkered print, and her jacket had like the LV and corset details all over it. I love the bow, you know, her bow was in burgundy. Really nice, you know, paired with her burgundy socks and burgundy like platform shoes. I think Doechii looked amazing. And that full puffy afro. Her afro looked really nicely blown out and like even beautiful shape. And of course, we've seen Doechii wear those like face tape things. Like I was doing this because the face tape pulls your face upwards, but she wears the face tape on the sides of her cheek. So it was already on brand for Doechii to have something like sort of stuck on her face. So there's an LV logo on her face, and I just thought that's so Doechii. Kim K brought Kim K to the red carpet. Just jokes aside, I like that Kim actually was on theme, even just like her explaining her look. She actually paid homage to a black icon. Her look was inspired by Lenny Kravitz, who is a modern day dandy. So I really love that attention to detail. Like I said earlier, a lot of celebrities, even when asked on the red carpet, they wouldn't say, oh, this theme is celebrating Black style or African American contributions to fashion. They wouldn't say that, but I love that Kim takes inspiration from Lenny Kravitz, a modern day dandy. So really nice look. Obviously we know Kim has done over the top, but I really respect her look because Kim is now in billionaire energy. When you're in billionaire energy, you have nothing left to prove. There's nothing you want to prove to anybody, right? She has been a fashion icon for years and years and years, so I like this look on her. And I think this was leather, if I'm not mistaken. Favorite thing about her look, again, because they really stayed on theme for the Black dandyism. I love how they did the waist chain, even though she was wearing a skirt. That was a nice addition. I love her choker and necklace details. Beautiful, fabulous. And my favorite thing about her outfit is actually her hat. I really like that hat, you know, sort of tipped to the side, slightly covering her face. Kim's look was amazing. She looked great, like it's Kim. Another look on the red carpet that I really liked was Miley Cyrus. I loved Miley's just like all black outfit. Love the black fishtail skirts and the crop jackets. The crop jacket is something that we really saw a lot on the red carpet. Even Rihanna had a crop jacket on. And I love the necklace detail. Again, that's paying attention to the theme. Like, Black dandyism is basically more is more. So even though Miley's look could have done without the necklace just like on a regular day, I love that they did those 3 rows of gold choker. She looked amazing. I thought Miley looked incredible. Even her hair pulled back to really just bring out her face. The next outfit that I liked was A$AP Rocky's look. A$AP was obviously one of the co-chairs of this year's Met Gala. So of course you know that he's going to have his hands full. He's going to be needed in so many places at the same time. So I like that his look was, you know, simple so that he could sort of like run in and out, do whatever he needs to do. But he looked great and he was wearing his own design. He said that when he asked Anna Wintour what to wear, sort of like trying to search for ideas, she told him to just basically like go as himself. So he's actually wearing one of his designs, Og. I think that's how it's pronounced. His look was lovely. It was dapper. I love his hair. Like everyone is talking about his hair. The braids were just so beautiful. Really just intricate details. And I like that he was holding an umbrella because I think that sort of gives a nod to the staff, which we've seen a lot of celebrities. So yeah, I thought his look was lovely. I think he looked incredible and really sharp, obviously, for a host. Back to the men's. Keith Parr's outfit was amazing. I love how sharp he looks. I love his pants. Complete wide palazzo style pants. I love his crop jackets. Crop jackets have been the theme of the night. He just looks amazing. And I love that his pants actually touch the floor, not just, you know, stop at regular ankle length. He looks really great, really well put together. Love the shirt and love the polka dot tie. Yeah, Keith Parr's just brought. I love the pants paired with the crop jackets and his waist chain. Really amazing look. How could I leave out my dear Tracee Ellis Ross? Guys, Tracee, as you all know, is a fashion icon and she did not bring anything less to this red carpet. Love her outfit. The colors were well coordinated together, from the light pink trousers that were actually structured. I like the like poke out detail on her pants, darts sort of like poking out and making the pants very 3D. And I love the hot pink bow when men wear a tuxedo, that waist thing. So I love how it has is hot pink and ends in a bow. I love her hat and her crop burgundy jacket. She looked amazing. I like that the bow was really big, exaggerated, and sort of like a train. So I really like her outfit and I just love the play on all the colors and her bold red lip. Someone else I really liked was Reggie Jean Page. This man is just phenomenal. I've seen him in person. I like his very bold red look. I'm not passionate about red, like I'm not a red person, but I think for what they're trying to achieve, it worked. This is like a modern day dandy, very bold, very out there, red head to toe. And I love like the little brooch that they put here. I think he looked great. I don't know if he would have looked better with black shoes, but they kept it all red. And it's Reggie Jean Page. He always looks good. Next outfit I want to talk about is Simone Biles. Guys, Simone is a sports girl. So when I saw her on that red carpet in that electric blue outfit, I was in awe. I was just like, wow. Something I really liked about her outfit was the huge gigantic bow in the back and the train. And I love that she wore shoes in the exact same color of blue. I really liked her outfit. I liked that the front had embellishments and the train and the bow were more plain. I liked that, but I'm seeing a lot of commentary online where people don't like it. I want to remind you guys that Simone is a sports girl. So when the rest of us were playing dress up, playing with makeup and all of those things, this girl was in the gym, you know, her and her fellow athletes. So I don't like it that we try to hold them, or people, you guys, try to hold them to the same expectation or same standard as everyone else who had a childhood where you could actually like dabble in makeup and hair and explore yourself more. It's almost like Simone coming up to you and telling you, why can't you do the Biles 3? You wouldn't have an answer because you were not in the gym, while she sacrificed her entire like childhood to be in the gym. So please, I need you guys to like actually use common sense. For those like silly critics that are trying to like tear her apart, she looked great. She's a sports girl, and the Met Gala is a huge deal. It's a big event. Fashion is not her focus, so I think she looked great. Another athlete celebrity that I loved her outfit was Venus. Venus's outfit, I love the green. I think I just really like green, but I love that it was actually a nod to tennis. So she wore what I initially thought was a tennis skirt, but when I looked closely, the front was short, you know, sort of like tennis skirt length, and the rest of it, like from the sides, were actually long and still pleated in that tennis style. That is attention to detail. That's like kudos. You brought your world to the red carpet and still able to pay homage to the theme. Like, that's what this is all about. Another thing I love about her look is her coat itself. The collar and the sleeves have this shiny, embellished detail on it. I thought that's really nice. And the main outfit itself. So you know how they'd wear like tennis skirt with a polo shirt? I like that she basically brought that on the red carpet. The polo part where the buttons would normally be has glitter, and the collar also has glitter. I really like that interpretation of the theme, but then also just bringing your world and your love in. Guys, if you zoom into Venus Williams shoes, these shoes are amazing. I don't know what it's called, but the heel, you know how sneakers have like this wavy curved thing? The base of her shoes have like wavy curved thing, and it's all glitter, and then the front of the shoe has like the front slip like a pair of loafers would, and it's also like encrusted. So just like all around, when you pay attention, right, these people, they put effort. Fashion, again, it's not their world, but we know that the Venus sisters were always fashionable, even on the tennis court. So I really love Venus's look. She looks good. She looks really nice. Another outfit I really liked was Ava DuVernay. I loved her look. I love the stripes, sort of like glitter stripe flowy base or gown or skirts, and then the waist part, like the waistband, is then like vertical stripes. So I really like that play on details, and her hat was just perfect, ending with a birdcage veil. So I think she looked great. A man that I haven't talked about is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis was also one of the co-chairs of the Met, and he looked phenomenal. He just looked great, fabulous. He has like some white tassely thing hanging down his waist, you know, just details, right? Black dandyism, like every detail counts. So I like that detail. I like his pants. It looks nice. I love that he's wearing a beret, right? Because as you've seen in all these looks, everyone is wearing a smart hats, you know, top hats and all of that. But it's really cool to see him pair this, you know, like suit outfit, really smart, with a beret. So I thought that was really nice and just funky. And I love his embellishments on his pockets, like really nice, and his bow tie. Now, an outfit that I need them to really talk about more. It wasn't for the red carpet, but it was for the after party. Guys, Taraji P. Henson's after party look was everything. 10 over 10. I'm not going to go into details, but when I saw this look, my jaw was on the floor, and it's still on the floor. Think of removing, if I remove this jacket and then I put it through the sides, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was lovely. I love the tie just hanging down. I love the collar, the white pants, and even the corset detail. Taraji's after party look was my favorite so far of all the after party looks. I think that's it for my red carpet review of the Met Gala Superfine Tailoring Black Style. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and if there's any look that you particularly loved that I didn't mention, let us hear in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Bye. What waste? Oh, by the way, guys, I filmed this video yesterday only for me to realize when I was sitting down to edit that there was no audio. Oh my goodness, I cried. Like, it was not funny. I was so like disheartened. I was really sad. I had no idea that my camera has a setting that also records video but does not pick up audio. It's meant to be like the slow motion setting. I never knew, but now, you know, I'm able to pay attention and make sure I'm putting it in the right setting. So yeah, this is a re-record. So I put this on this side yesterday, and today I just decided to add more, because again, black dandyism, more is more. You know, lots of details, and I also changed my earrings. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate this. Yeah, I mean, there were lots of looks on the red carpet. Like I said earlier, everybody, or at least most people, like more than usual, because for the last, I would say at least 10 years, the red carpet has been boring to me. When I was much younger, I used to I would stay up late to watch and just follow everything, and the next morning I would run and read articles to see all the breakdowns, to see what all the stars wore. But for the last 10 years, I haven't been interested. I'm like, I could care less what is happening on the red carpet. But this year, this Met Gala was incredible. Like, this theme was the perfect theme, because you guys know black fashion, like African Americans have always, like, if you hear Sunday best, right, this is almost like Sunday best, where everyone brings their A game on Sundays. So This Black Dandyism theme was just, I believe, the perfect acknowledgement of Black contributions and African Americans, their impact on fashion. So yeah, hats off to all the celebrities and their stylist guys. It takes a whole village to put these looks together that we see on the red carpet. As a former stylist, I know, right? I was a stylist for 8 years. I worked mostly with everyday regular people, but I know what goes into even putting a look together. I would also style photo shoots. Listen, photo shoot days were like the most stressful days because nothing ever goes as planned. So I can't imagine, and I can't even begin to try to think or wrap my mind around what goes on behind the scenes to make these looks happen. But I can guarantee you that from my experience as a stylist, I'm pretty sure there are so many celebrities and their styling teams that on that day, like one integral part of the look is missing and they have to like quickly, what's our word called? Improvise. Yes, that's the thing. Styling, putting looks together, like, for big events or for photo shoots, you always have to be ready to improvise on the day of because something always goes wrong from somewhere. So, I can't imagine the craziness that went on behind the scenes that we didn't even see. So I really applaud all the makeup artists, all the hair artists and stylists for just like bringing us all these incredible looks together. And guys, I think this Met Gala was one for the books, and I think that even months down the line we're still going to be looking over at these outfits and teasing out and picking out details and seeing something new. Because even me, like, it's been a week and I've been looking and every time I'm just seeing something new. So bravo to everyone. So that wraps up my Met Gala red carpet review.